Chiropractic, Baguli Transport, Grow Strong MMA, and K&K Haulage. Introducing first in the blue corner, weighing in at 64.8 kilograms. He fights out a real-life MMA in Ipswich, Queensland. Making his debut in the cage tonight, please make welcome Patrick Hurst. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 65.2 kilograms this evening. He fights out of Grow Strong MMA in Warwick, Queensland. Making his second appearance in the cage tonight, Warwick Zone, Jimmy O'Mara.
And as the matches are going, you're finding they're more experienced and they're more fierce fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think the matchmaking they've done it perfectly, actually.
Yeah, it was always one of those exciting puzzles to put together when you were looking at the fight card. Big leather being thrown here.
Ooh, somebody's going to sleep.
Pretty much every fight's hit the ground so far, except for that last boxing fight. Bang, big right, straight through the middle.
Hurst is holding his chin up a little bit too high, but that's okay. You'll learn. It's a good learning curve. I love that movement.
Bit of swag going on. Wow, looks like both boys want to be blocking those punches with their chins at the moment.
Yeah. I think it'll calm down in about a few seconds. Every fighter that comes out here will come out here with just pure intention of knocking somebody out.
And you could definitely see Ryan's intention with the fight there. The fight was basically going to the ground. He had the takedown, and instead of throwing him to the ground, he used his own strength to pick him back up and keep the fight standing.
Oh, nice body shot. And you can see where they're just trying to gather themselves right now. Trying to see where they can manipulate the fight and where they can take it. Jimmy Moore, you just took a good one to the face. Oh,
wow,
nice
little
uppercut.
Wow. He's throwing everything out of the tool bag, isn't he?
Well, everything's flowing for him right now. It looks like everything he wants to do, he can do.
Moving those hips. He might have a prospective girlfriend in the crowd that he's trying to show off a little bit.
You definitely have to show out for today. You can't go home like that. Come on now. You come with them, you don't leave with them. That's how it works if you lose.
Another thing that I love seeing at the moment is pretty much every second fighter is wearing a Fight As Well with Clothing fight kit as well.
Great
love
representation.
The stuff that Fight As Well with Clothing do as well. Oh, bang, nice little reversal by Patrick.
Yeah, straight to the mount.
Another reversal again.
Hey! This crowd's being treated, aren't they?
Here's Jimmy's first little chance to dominate the fight a little bit. You'd have to think Pat's probably controlled the fight at the start, so at the moment you possibly think that the round's going his way. So here's a chance for Jimmy O'Mara to finish the round strong and try and sway the judge's decision a little bit.
And that's a huge thing, because that's the last impression that the judges have of that last round.
Seen a sneaky little tattoo possibly on Patrick's left leg, DDTB, don't dog the boys.
I'm just wondering, was that, a homeschool job or what's happening there, We might have to get one of your tattoo sponsors and come and help him out.
Yeah, Living Ink. I'm sure the guys from Living Ink will do a nice little cover up for that. In between rounds, I got a sneaky little text message from Joel Sepasvari, the Coastal Combat commentator. Earlier we talked about Tim York and what I would say his plan should be for the next one, and I mentioned that he should probably grab that rematch on Coastal Combat. Well, funnily enough, Joel Sepasvari was the coach of the fighter that he fought at the time.
Yep.
So yeah, Daniel Staveley, and the message I got back straight away was that they'd take that rematch again.
Fantastic.
Promoters, who wants it?
We're promoting, we don't even know it.
That's it. Yeah, we're matchmaking. We're not even playing with it. So maybe we should put that up on eBay and see which promotion's going to bid the highest for that fight.
All right. Well, I'm sure you'll get another text in a minute.
Well, Coastal Combat's coming up in September, so that could be an opportunity for them to take that fight there.
Fantastic. MMA is just booming. I love it.
Both boys wrapping each other up again. Interesting to see, when the boys showed before that there was opportunity to take the fight to the ground, but they probably knew that there were no strikes to the head, so they were happy for it to stand.
And as an experienced fighter, I'm sure they would have had experience in training, going down to the ground, getting back up to fight. That's excruciating. Sometimes that's just hard to do, so they want to keep it standing. You don't use as much energy. This is the most grueling part of fighting, right? People don't understand this. The most grueling part, just the grappling.
Nice takedown.
Whoa, fantastic. Ah, he's turning around. He's turning it around. This round, he's getting on top of him. He's 24 years old. He's got a huge future. Make it whatever he wants it to be. He's controlling this second round.
And definitely, 24. If you were 24 and just getting into golf or tennis or something, you would say that that's too late. But MMA, it's great to see some young kids come through. But as a 24, 25, 26, 30-year-old, you can still get in this sport and achieve some pretty special things.
I don't think ambition or dreams have any age limit. You got to be realistic. Oh, he's turning. He's getting his back. Wow.
Nice little transition how he moved to a rear naked choke setup there, but
he let it go.
Needed to be a bit more aggressive. I think that little sweep that he took where he took his back happened a little bit too easy, so he kind of surprised himself that it was there.
Yeah. You can see both of them are just a bit green and be able to hold their opponents into position, but they're both. Wow! Woo! Good Lord, have mercy. That was a slam. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, he's getting them. Yeah. Oh, some good shots. For all intents and purposes, I think this is Jimmy's round. He just got to stay on top, and now he's landed on top.
So again, no strikes to the head. When we're here, I like to see, in terms of C-class, I like to see the submissions. I'm not a fan of how, the natural progression here would be to throw the punches to the head. So we can't throw the punches to the head, so I tend to find that the fighters sit back on their hips a little bit and start throwing the punches to the body.
Yeah.
And that's when those sweeps happen, because you're not supposed to pull back onto the hips in this sort of position. So instead of worrying about those punches to the stomach, as you can see he's currently doing, I'd probably like to see him set up some submissions. He's got a hold of that right hand.
Yep.
And there we go, end of the round. But
and I think that's a marvelous way, a marvelous perspective that you have, because if you're just going to you're not going to win the fight like that.
That's right.
I mean? Submission ends it.
That's right. Yeah, I have seen the odd fight finish with punches to the stomach, and I don't like it. The fighter was never in any drastic danger, so I wasn't a fan of seeing the fight stop with punches to the body.
Yep.
So again, I would prefer to, instead of seeing them move back into an unnatural position, back on that person's hips, I'd rather them go all the way up to the top, grab a high mount, and possibly look to snatching up an arm or an arm bar or some sort of a lock.
Or anything. You
that's
can
right.
do pretty much anything. I mean, you would know. Well, I think it's 1-1 going into this third round. I'm looking at Jimmy. I think he's got it. I think he's going to win this round. I'm pretty sure. I'm reading the face right now. Lord knows my predictions have been wrong in the past.
All right, I'm going to jump on up for no particular reason other than the fact that he hasn't been grabbed yet. I'm going to go for Patrick this round. Oh, bag as soon as I say that.
Yeah.
He's got to start swinging those hips again, start that mantra. But again, you can get all the incredible advice from your corner, and as soon as you walk out, you get hit with that right straight away.
Everybody has a plan till you get hit.
That's right. You kind of forget exactly what was just said, didn't you?
Yeah. And sometimes, it looks like Pat's a little bit tired, and when you're tired, you don't think so much. And when your corner has to tell you everything to do, you know, that's a second too late. You know?
That's
So
right.
yeah, I think Jimmy's doing well.
And right now, we've got to factor in too, so Jimmy fighting out of the Grow Strong gym. You know, he's got Ben Pepper right next to him. He's got all of his friends and family here.
Yep.
So right now, when you're sucking up those extra breaths to hear your friends and your family and, you know, all the your teammates cheering you on, that could be the difference between getting that second win or not.
And literally the other fighter, when you're tired, they're literally sucking the energy out of you. The more energy that you don't have, the more energy they seem to get, and they don't get tired. So, yeah, it looks like Jimmy's doing well, and Pat's got to dig deep now.
And Ben Pepper, you know, Jimmy O'Mara's coach, has spent a lot of time with the likes of Sam Nest. So again, you know, Ben's probably been put in those really difficult situations before.
Yep.
Which means during training, he's put Jimmy O'Mara in those difficult situations as well.
Yeah, and it's all about that experience. I've been here before. I know how to get out of it, all of that. Yes. Oh, another throw and a reversal. And back to the mount.
It's always tough, you know, he tried a bit of a judo throw there, but he didn't exactly have the underhooks. Well, he didn't have the underhooks as well, so he hip tossed in, but Jimmy O'Mara had that underhook, so as soon as it hit the ground, you know, momentum and that underhook was able to reverse it straight away. So
and this is pivotal. I mean, right now, either one of them could win. If there's another reversal, if there's a submission, I mean, it can go any way.
Yeah, the round has been relatively even, but yeah, you definitely have to think Jimmy O'Mara with his grappling, that control up against the cage.
And see, this is where you're right, because right now they're sort of just stagnant on the ground. They're just trying to keep that position where it's like almost a grappling match, where they just need to work on the submissions and things like that. I think that can be worked out in the future for MMA, especially here in Warwick.
That's right. Jimmy working his way up through a half guard here. Let's see if he can step through with that left leg. Transition up to full mount.
He's sort of trying to put a little bit of submission. He had his forearm on his Adam's apple, and he was trying to like choke him out that way, but it didn't work.
It'll be tough to pull off the Americana from here while he's still got his arm trapped over his head, but let's see if he does try and set it up.
Yeah. He's trying to get that knee through, and he's almost got the mount. 10 seconds left. That might have just secured this fight for him.
Yeah, you definitely have to think so.
Fantastic.
Wow, great fight.
Well done. Well done. That's the thing that separates MMA from all other sports, just the respect. It's a real sport. You can't hide. You know, you can't hide behind any bravado.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's such a brutal sport. You know, it's the one thing that, you know, when you speak to guys like Adrian Pang, for example, you know, you sit on the sidelines with Adrian Pang, and one thing he always says is just how brutal this sport is.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll tell you what, we'll come back. We got because I watched Adrian Pang last night. I was a little bit sad for him. You know, my heart bleeds for that guy because he's such a warrior. And but we'll come back to him and talk about Adrian Pang in a minute. He fought last night on one championship, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was winning that fight as well, you know, Adrian Pang. So he was winning that fight all but 2 punches, you know. So and once again, he'll be the first person to say how brutal this sport is, that you can be winning the fight comfortably, and then you get hit with 2 punches in the wrong spot, and the doctor stops the fight.
And I didn't think that cut was that big of a deal. I mean, we've seen worse in XFC.
Yeah.
So just to stop that and not let Adrian, you know, at least fight to the point where he couldn't fight anymore, which that would have happened. I thought that was really sad, but Adrian's a warrior. I know his personal story is amazing, and he'll be back.
Yeah, you only got to look at the professionalism of Adrian. You know, they called the fight. I guarantee that he would have wanted to have kept fighting, but if you were to deal with any professional in the MMA scene, Adrian Pang is, you know, he raises that standard every time. So
yes, he does. I love when he smiles. It just makes it like the sun came out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 furious rounds of fighting, that was an absolute cracker. Absolute cracker. We have the judges' decision. It is a unanimous decision. Winner in the red corner, Jimmy O'Mara.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Great stuff, Jimmy.
Can't touch this.
Let's turn around. What do you reckon about that? That looked pretty tough.
Yeah, no, it was pretty exhausting. Pretty well gassed in the second, but I thought he was a bit tired, so good win.
So, mate, did you see that he was starting to tire a bit and try and take advantage of that situation?
Definitely. You got Ben standing there telling him to take it. So
Yelling at you in the corner, absolutely. No, that was your second appearance in the cage, mate. Do you love this or what?
yeah, really good. Actually, my first in the cage. I've had a boxing fight before this, but this was the first one in the cage. So
Awesome. And you enjoyed yourself by the looks of it.
definitely good fun. Tom.
And great to come away with the win for